Peace. Today is Monday, April 1st. Making today's math.
Knowledge.
Knowledge is to know the ledge, which is light, so you don't fall off the edge into darkness. Peace to the gods and earths.
To the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
We got Fact Checker Rage up in the house.
Present.
And as you can see, in between us are distinguished guests right about now. Put your hands together for Smif and Wessun, ladies and gentlemen. General Steele. Tek Steele. What's good?
Life is great, man.
Yes,
Time
it
to be
is.
alive, man. Power to the people.
These
Power to
brothers
the
got a
people,
new
nation, the God of
album
earth.
out called The All.
Yes, yes.
Boom. Produced by Ninth Wonder and the Soul Couch.
Right.
Oh, Soul Council, pardon me. I said the Soul Couch.
It was a nice couch, though.
Soul Council sits on the Soul Couch, though, when they're relaxing. Yeah, so they got a new album out. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into, history, of course, but we definitely want to talk about this album right now, this masterpiece that you brought forward. Before we get into that, listen, if y'all would like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, or yanadameen.com/support. Listen, we appreciate everything you do to add on. Once again, we here doing for self, and that's the way we like to keep it. So yeah, that's right. Clap it up for doing for self, y'all. Clap it up for doing for self. So, Digga,
What up, though?
how are you?
I'm good, man. Chilling. I actually just had the pleasure of seeing these guys live on stage.
Did you?
Yes.
Where at?
A spot. It was in Jersey City. I don't remember the name.
Headroom.
Headroom. Yep. And my little cousin, shout out to Pip James, put that thing together. And he just, it's so crazy because he just, like, we had a conversation not too long ago. He's like, yo, OG, I need you to come out to some more of my, come out to some of my events. And when you got like little youngins in the crew, it's like you support their movement, but you be so busy with your own shit, you might not necessarily showing up to everything. So I'm like, let me go see what this shit is about. And sure enough, they got the homies in the building. So I was like, yo, that was what's up, man. Definitely had a good time.
Well, I'm loving your classic
Oh, you like this?
female hip hop look today.
Paying homage to the legendary Salt and Pepper.
That's that
I been doing the red boots.
That's that Latin quarter salt
I
and pepper.
put Spinderella get up on. I was like, should I kill him with the white? Should I kill him with the black? Or should I kill him with the red? So I went with the black with the red boots. So
What's the song we was talking about earlier?
my mic
Sound nice, check one. What? That's Latin quarter all day. That was, I loved
Remember this
those
poster?
salt and peppers.
Remember this poster?
I remember that.
Right on magazine.
Oh wait, I don't want that.
No.
Keep your filthy.
No.
What?
I was gonna admit that me as a dude, I had that poster.
Oh, I thought you was about to say you did something
I
crazy
had-
with the post. I was about to say, please.
I'm not jerking off to no. They're gonna have to show a lot more for me to jerk off
Wait,
to
okay,
their poster.
so fast forward to Kim with the squat and with the pose.
First of all, I didn't need to jerk off at that time. You know?
Hey, I'm not, bro.
You know how much
Your secret
after
safe.
school?
Your secret is safe with you. I don't even want to know.
Anyway, I'm just saying I loved all of them at that
Shouts
time.
out
Like
to
they
Salt
all,
Pepper.
I would have took any one of them at that time.
Shouts out to I'm gonna keep it a buck. A fan of mine in I just came back from touring overseas and shit. A fan gave this to me. Like she was in the merch line, and I was like, yo, that shit is fire. Where'd you get that from? She's like, oh, I I got it from, so I guess some shop out there, and I was like, yo, I love that. She was like, you like this whole thing?
Yeah.
And she just took it straight off her back and gave it to me. I was like, yo, that's what's up.
Love.
I forgot what country that was, but shouts out to you, girl.
I'm gonna wash this, but a little European, but yeah.
Word.
Well, anyway, man, let's get to it, brothers.
Let's do it.
Thank y'all for
Yes.
coming.
Thank you for having us.
The album,
Phenomenal.
the all,
Thank you.
incredible.
Give thanks.
Like Word is Born, like this is the type of album that makes veterans who know that they can still do it feel like
They can do it.
nigga need to
Get
get
it
in the
done.
studio,
Right.
bro.
Yeah.
Check up on
These motherfuckers have just showed it because sometimes, let's keep it real, certain veterans will put out their newer stuff, and let's just say it's not necessarily what,
You can't get jiggy with it.
it don't have that same kind of energy of when we first was introduced to them, let's just say.
The time to test you, man.
Sometimes
Fig.
people get better with time,
Or they
and
get
sometimes
left
they get
behind,
worse
right.
with time.
And you
It
stuck in
all
that time.
depends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think we all need to assess where we're at. You know what I mean? But if you find that you're in a place that you could still do this shit, I don't think that we should necessarily allow motherfuckers to like age us out of
Right.
the game.
That's right.
I mean, it's like hip hop is the only genre of music that, to me, that I see really allows that to be done to the artist. Willie Cash, the Beatles, you got people, Kiss running around on tour while they are
Still putting makeup
65,
on.
75 years old, sticking his tongue out through his chin. So hip hop is the only, again, genre that they try to separate us from each other and keep us like, feel like it's, oh, you too old, you can't do this. I mean, but personally, I don't think I want to be on a stage at 65 screaming
No,
Bucktown,
not-
you know what I mean?
Right.
By then, it's something different. Maybe I could put the tours together to help the other ones that's
Right
coming
on.
up. Then, as long as my hands is still in the pot of the music to push the culture forward, it's for the best.
Right,
I just to add on to that, man. I think like people forget like hip hop came from a root, right? And when you think about, I was kicking it with Rage earlier. We was talking about Sam Cooke. You know what I mean? We're talking about like hip hop came has a base, and it just didn't. It kind of looked like it popped out, but we're babies from that era. I'm from the '70s, so I didn't hear hip hop in the '70s. I was listening to soul. I was listening to funk. I was listening to those type of things.
Yes,
and then our version, and we went through our transition. We went through our knowledge of born, and we came out with this. We grew up off of these guys. You know what I mean? And now here we are, another 360 degrees back home, and now we dropping this. So for the ones that put it forth before us, it's like we have to do it like that. You know what I mean? We have to show and prove, and we have to continue, like he says, in the name of all of the ones that put it down, and don't worry about people Xing you out or aging you out. Don't age yourself out. Like Janet Jackson's about to go on tour right now. I think she's about to do like mad dates, like 50 something dates. And the last Jackson that was gonna do 50 something dates, he passed away. We lost him. Right. You know what I mean, but we grew up listening to that kid. And when he was 8 years old. So if he could do it at 50, if we have to do it, if we have to push the culture forward, whichever version of it, you know what I mean?
It's
we stay fit.
Not to cut
we
your
move
divine
forward.
wisdom, but it's a famous poker player that he has a mantra that I like to take and live by. We didn't get old because we stopped playing. We stopped playing. We didn't stop playing because we got old. We got old because we stopped playing. So basically, how you feel, like the mind is healthy, you keep your body in tune, you can do it forever.
True indeed. Now, it's funny because, like, I remember when y'all was the little young niggas. Like, y'all was the new, young, fresh, Brooklyn energy, like that certain changing of the guard in the 90s when, like, you see what I'm saying, at some point, because at some point, we was the new niggas. You understand?
Right.
Brand Nubian was the new niggas. We was, Tribe Called Quest. And then
Right.
we was the new niggas. And then by the time y'all came out, we kind of was veterans, and now y'all is the new niggas. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But
And I was at my please listen to my demo phase when they was popping.
Yeah.
But it's like something about that era of hip hop. It's like we was cool with passing the baton because the ones coming up next was doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
When y'all put that motherfucking shining out,
Big up to Beat Minds, Mr. Wall, Evil D, man.
I mean, like, see, and I lived in Brooklyn at the time. You know what I mean? I was fucking with Buck. Y'all know that.
Right. Y'all might as well be twin brothers.
Yeah.
We was gonna get in. We'll get into.
I mean, there's a
to the
whole 6 degrees of separation here. Like,
to the whole.
I'm a Jersey girl. I'm a Jersey girl.
This is my young twin.
And my whole grind was in Brooklyn, like all the way down to like working with Ski to, B Minus doing my first single.
Listen, Buck used to be in my crib like every day when I lived on 560 State Street.
Yeah.
I produced on OGC album,
Word up.
Helter Skelter album.
Right.
Like I fucked with
And y'all-
Cam
do y'all
Hard.
realize-
I'm mad that I didn't get to fuck with y'all album. at
Y'all
that
realize
time.
Buckshot is the only person
Shout out to
featured
BDI.
in my first Flip Mode album.
Yeah.
He's the only
Buckshot
feature
is the big brother.
on the
man.
entire Flip Mode album.
Buckshot opened a lot of doors, not just for us, but other artists such as like Flex. He brought over KRS to Not Loud to Nervous Records.
Right.
Rec Records. Also, what's their name? I can't even think. Spark the
Channel Live.
Channel Live. Did the Flex tape over there, and he put us over there. And at the time, this was unheard of because he was doing management and label deals when he was just the artist himself. It was no Duck Down Records or
Right.
Duck Down Management. It was Buckshot, Black Moon, 5FT, and he took it upon himself to come back and get us. We went back to Helter Skelter, OGC, and
I
pushed
mean,
it
real
forward.
quick, how did that all like you grew up with Buck? Like, how did you even get clicked up with Buck and all that, and the whole,
Well, Buck is from FAP, Franklin Ave Posse. I'm from the Star, Steele's from the Ville. Everybody else in boot camp is from Brownsville. Me and Steele went to night school with Buck's sister. Big up Tracy, who was
the one that's the police.
She retired.
Yeah, no, that's my homegirl. She done helped me out a couple times.
Yeah, but Tracy put it all together. Back then, I was doing security for Steele, and he had a joint that was rocking on. I don't know if you ever heard of the Ron Alexander show.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Right, so he was at the
Listen to my demo.
he was up there winning like every week, and
You took the Goonbergs up to
Yeah.
Ron Alexander show. It looked crazy.
from there it was hand in hand, each other pulling each other
Tracy
up.
was dancing, and she's like, "Yo, you got to meet my brother." For him and his partner, and that's when they was dancing at the time. They had all these crazy different stunts that they would do, and we did the Apollo one day, Apollo Theater. That's when we first met them brothers. And they was outside the dressing room. We thought we was the shit, though. They was outside our dressing room, rehearsing, all that, getting their moves together. It was crazy. And we killed it, you know what I mean? And we just kept in touch. Go to Franklin Avenue. He is so smart. You know what I mean? This guy is, he's such a Brooklynite. I mean, he's really out of this world, really. Because when he put it together, it's like he foresees it. You know what I mean? Like when I got my contract from Ron Alexander, the shit was like a novel. And I said, "Yo, Tracy, take me to see your brother. I need him to look at this." He said, "First of all, God, it's too many pages." How you know?
God in there.
It's
Yo,
like,
God.
let's get to that. You know what I mean? You already know. I'm like, but I'm a risk taker And I'm like, yo, I don't feel them paperwork and things like that, because you can't really, I don't feel like I can be sued. I don't got shit to give you like that. But if you violate me, it's gonna be balanced. We're gonna find some type of balance somewhere. But I'm coming to produce. I'm coming to be productive, and I'm bringing my family with me. And that's how we kept it since we met, and we always kept it. And then I introduced him to Rock and Rock. He saw these guys, like, all right, it's about to be a problem. Then you meet the OGCs and so on and so forth.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
First of all, definitely want to big up Shining is one of my favorite albums.
Word, give thanks.
Twofold. First of all, that album seemed dark, just in sound, theme, you know what I mean? But then overall, Boot Camp Click is known for a dark sound, particularly with Beatminer's filtering like crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do y'all attribute that dark sound to? Why is the Shining so dark?
First of all, you have to think Mr. Walt, Evil D, also Rich Black, and Baby Paul, of course. Like, these are some soulful cats, you know what I'm saying? And, highly respected individuals amongst the producer realm. They study music. Their house is wall-to-wall records. And we basically went under the tutelage of these guys. We started there. I mean, of course, we had our other stuff, and when we as kids, we sampling. We don't really know the ins and out of it, but these guys, they know the stuff. So we just sat quietly and took tutelage from them. They gave us the tracks. It was no emailing or nothing like that, so we had to pull up at their crib in Bushwick, in the basement.
In the dead of winter.
It sound like some basement shit, not for nothing, like, but in a good way.
That's the stuff that you don't do. You sit at the table when you eat food together. You know what I mean? Everybody now, people got their plates by the kitchen, and somebody eating by the door, ready to go. I'm gonna take mine, wrap mine up. We sat there at the table, and they gave us what they thought was right. Keep in mind, they just came off of making the Black Moon project. You know what I mean?
But like, so just to go a little further, like, again, going into the sound, there's sort of I can't explain it, there's almost like a tragic mood to it. Like, was there some loss?
I mean, yeah, we was young kids, like.
How old was y'all when y'all did that?
Not even fully out of high school yet.
Yeah, probably like 2 years out.
Plus, we was running around out here with
19, 20.
We was running around out here with our older brothers that was involved in the streets. So we was always doing some dirt.
Yeah, that PNC song is moving.
Yeah, that was a big loss for us. Our brother, rest in peace, Rambo, Sean Grady from Brevoort Projects, and we was introduced to him by our other big bro, Cookie Head. He's also on the Shining album. So
Big old pimp.
Right. So all that music from the Shining was just us, a result of us letting out what we only knew. We ain't know how to make no album. We ain't know nothing about making no music, putting bars and hooks there. I mean, we was in Calliope.
Calliope, remember Calliope?
Wow. We was in their studio with Buckshot sleeping under the blankets that you use to cover the pillow every night. Yeah. And actually, that's where we originally came up with the name Cocoa Brothers, because we would supply all the weed for the sessions. They'd be like, yo, what the guys with the cocoa weed? Right, where the Cocoa Bees, or the Cocoa Brothers.
Wow.
Love to see it.
That it just, once we was doing that and Beatminers started seeing how we was interacting with each other, after they finished that album, they was ready to work with us. Yeah. I think the first joint they gave, the first joint we took might have been Soundboy?
Nah.
That was actually a Helter Skelter beat that they didn't want.
What?
I know they hot.
What? Yo, that whole, first of all right, you got the sound, right? But y'all's visuals also at that time was just so Brooklyn, so street, and it just brought.
Almost cultish, Jay.
Huh?
Almost cultish, right?
You know, all that was a lot of.
I just know that it just epitomized like that new young boy Brooklyn feel, because you had new Young Boy Queens feel.
Right.
At the time, you see what I'm saying? And then you had the new Young Boy Brooklyn feel.
That's what we from. That's what
Brooklyn just
happened.
gave you grimy. Well,
Brooklyn-
like for me, being from Jersey, like
I was loving all the
Brooklyn
Young Boy
seemed
shit.
right to me.
Yeah,
The Queens
and
guys
Jersey
seem
is
like pretty
grimy,
boys.
so it's like we can relate to each other, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it's about. Like my PhD said, we was fresh off the stoop. We was running around. We was running around city. We was running around the 5 boroughs. Like everything on them songs is pretty much like real. Like, like we just telling
walk
us,
around town with the down on my side.
A lot of those
No
visuals came
fronting
from
just in case I got to
us
smoke
and
some.
big up Drew High. Like we put a lot of those visuals together.
Shout out Drew High.
And just went and got the director to put our vision in front of the camera.
Like what I was saying, even when I go out of town down south, I could tell when somebody down south is like recreating the New York scene in general, and I could tell when somebody's recreating somebody from boot camp. Like, you know what I mean? Like just the way they wear their Timbs, their whole thing. Like you fuck with boot camp like all day, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we.
Like y'all did some shit.
You got to think about the videos that we grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? Like it was some of them were horrible. Like the songs that we loved, the videos.
Right.
So when you start seeing the real stuff, like when you start seeing punks jump up, like dudes on the train getting whooped out, like we was really doing that to dudes. Like dudes were getting whooped out on the train. We was seeing the videos. So it's like when we first started recording, it was like we wanted. If it was up to us, we would did all our videos in Brooklyn. So like the first 3, like when you see us on in the hood, like
They basically done right.
They
a
all that's
block
Brooklyn.
from each other.
We riding all through the hood. That's us wanting to put a stamp on our neighborhood, show our proud for the people that we grew up around. I think that's why our fan base was so strong, because we was really there. Not because we was doing nonsense, but we was attached to a lot of the things that was out there. And then ultimately you have to start to expound and grow and get out.
Did y'all know y'all had that shit? And you see what I'm saying?
Not up front. I don't think so.
Nah, cause I'm gonna tell you, I knew like when we recorded certain shit, like when we recorded One for All, I said,
It's a rap.
I don't give a fuck. If they don't like nothing else, they gonna like this shit. I said, and then we come with slow down. Okay, we got 2 now. I don't give a fuck if they don't like the other shit is hot. I didn't foresee no
Those
5
ones
mics,
definitely.
but goddamn it, I knew. So what I'm saying, when you made Soundboy Burial, when you made motherfucking Bucktown, you didn't know, like after you listen to that shit in the car or whatever the fuck you was listening to the shit
before we
at
did
the
Bucktown,
crib.
we had a song called Nothing More But the Money.
And you thought that was the
we
one?
thought that was the one, because we was like, stick 'em up, one force
we
move, and I'm a shoot.
That was
Yo,
deep cover days.
We used to come
When
out.
we would open up for Black Moon, we'd come out with the ski mask on to the deep cover instrumental performing that. So we thought that was the one.
Be the one.
We thought that was
And
the
the
one.
industry
And
said,
we never even
hold
heard
up,
that.
come here.
They was like,
Shank.
nah.
Y'all can't use that. Get out of here.
I think we found our sound, our niche in Let's Get It On. Because back in the days, it was an A and a B side.
Right.
And we couldn't determine which one we wanted to go with first. So we did A side.
We did
double
all of them.
A
Let's do
side.
everything.
Double A
Right.
side. Just
You can't deny it. An A side and a double A side.
You
Ain't no
can't
B
do
side.
that. Sure we can.
And from there, that was the sound that we ran.
And we was like,
right?
fuck
That
it,
was
Bucktown side, boot camp side.
Right.
Do it like that.
damn.
Well, y'all were definitely an inspiration for us, for the outsiders. Like the outsiders in real life, in our heads, we were trying to be boot camp flip and hieroglyphics.
All mashed in one.
All mashed in one, yep.
All right, well listen, we're gonna go to break real quick.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna we're gonna fast forward we're gonna talk about my brother, Are we
Infinity.
Are we brothers? Are we do we have the same? I don't know. We
He's
look very
my
similar.
brother. He's not your brother.
Yeah, well, they also born on the same day. We're gonna talk
Same,
about
not
that.
just same day, same year.
We're gonna talk about Tek Smokey Law. His name is Tek Smokey Law on Instagram, but he don't smoke law no more. So
High of life.
that's interesting. We're gonna talk about that, and when we get back, Yanadameen Godcast.
Brooklyn's historic The Black Lady Theater is now taking bookings. Host your next birthday party, concert, networking event. baby or bridal shower, wedding, art show, gala, corporate event, live stage play, audition, and so much more at the one and only The Black Lady Theater. Mention code GODCAST for 15% off your rental fee. Code good for the first time customers only. Valid for a limited time. Call 718-771-0900 to book your event today.